Hi YouTube, so this is a really random video because I had a really random chat with some friends recently, and it was just like one of those questions or topics where everyone was laughing about and they thought I was really strange. So I decided to make a video just to hear your thoughts on, well, not really your thoughts, but more like your choices of sandwiches. For me, I'm really fussy about my food, how I like my certain things, the way, you know, my dress sense, my makeup, things like that. I know I'm quite fussy, but I don't think I'm really that fussy. Oh, especially when it comes to sandwiches, I think I am a bit fussy, but I don't think I'm that fussy, if that makes sense. So one day, earlier on this year when the weather was quite warm, oh, please excuse the slightly manly voice because I have a slight throat infection and my body clock has been backwards due to work and weather changing, travelling up and down the country, you know, etc. So I have a slight throat infection. But anyways, so I have a friend called Kenny and May. May is my cousin, and one day earlier on this year they decided to come to the Midlands where I'm staying, well, where I'm living, and they decided to have a picnic because they know how much I love my picnics. So they were like, okay, we're going to make some sandwiches. Is cheese and ham okay? No, it's not okay. So I was like, oh, no, I don't really eat cheese and ham. And they were like, okay, so what do you eat? What would you like in the sandwiches? So I was like, you really want to know? And they were like, yeah. So I was like, okay then. So as for bread, I like it to be really fresh and crusty. I like tiger bread. I like the healthiest bread you can find on the shelf. So for instance, if it's brown bread with seeds, multigrain, things like that, I prefer that kind of bread. I don't really like plain white bread, and I only like fresh bread because bread is more yummier when it's like more fresh, if that makes sense. So I said, okay, really fresh bread, the healthiest you can find on the shelf. I like my sandwiches to be cut in a specific way. I don't like it when it's cut across. Say for instance, this is a piece of bread. I don't know why there's that on the front, but anyways, it's not mine, by the way. Say for instance, this is the piece of bread, and this is the burnt part. I like that part to be on one piece. So I like them cut diagonally, so I like it to be cut like this, or like this. I don't like bread if it's cut like this. I don't know what it is, I just really like triangles. So I want triangular bread. I don't mind if it's cut like this way, so that means I have like 4 pieces, as long as that piece is on one side, because I always eat that part last because it's my favourite. As for cheese, I don't like full fat cheese, I only like low fat cheese. I don't like the white cheese, as it's called mature cheese. I only like the orange coloured one. If I have it in sandwiches, it has to be bought in a block, and I only like it when it's cut finely, and also use a potato peeler to shave it off, if that makes sense, or grated. I prefer if it's like shaved off because I like them like long and thin pieces, and chopped like thin pieces as well. As for margarine or butter, I don't like butter. I only like olive oil based margarine, and I just don't like full on butter. I don't like the milky taste on my tongue, and I don't like the buttery taste it leaves in my mouth as well, and I only have olive oil in my food, if that makes sense. So, which is why I prefer olive oil based margarine. Unless the margarine has like omega-369 in, then I would eat it because I know it's like more healthier. As for vegetables, so like tomatoes, I don't like tomatoes if they're like thick. I like them really thin, so about 2 to 3 millimeters. And if they're not soggy as well. I hate soggy bread. That's like the last thing I would eat, soggy bread. I hate that. So the tomatoes have to be cut really thinly. As for cucumber, I try and not have cucumber in my sandwiches because cucumber itself tastes kind of watery anyway. And I just feel like when I have it in my sandwiches, the sandwiches just taste really watery and it soaks through, and I really don't like that. So if I have cucumbers in my sandwiches, it has to be cut really thinly and scattered all over my bread. As for meat, I don't eat pork, so I don't eat ham. I don't like artificial meat. I only like 100% meat. If it's cooked, like if it's boiled, so boiled chicken breast. I don't like deep fried chicken in my sandwiches. If it's salmon, I don't mind salmon as long as it's cut really finely. And smoked is okay, but I don't like big pieces because it tastes really salty and I don't really like salt. As for tuna, I only like tuna if it's in brine, not in sunflower oil or whatever else there is. And only if it's not like soggy, so it has to be drained really thoroughly. generally. As for mayonnaise, I don't mind mayonnaise as long as it's not like cheap mayonnaise, because I can taste the difference in it. So I do prefer the originals, which is Helvan's. I don't mind if it's extra light or full on fat. I really don't mind that, but I do prefer if it's extra light. So yeah, I guess that's the criteria for the sandwiches that I like. I'd love to know what sandwiches you like, so please leave a comment below and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!